Welcome back to our and your holistic strategy channel. Have you ever felt that subtle feeling of emptiness when someone stops treating you the way they used to? A friend who suddenly ignores you, a partner who takes you for granted, or a coworker who no longer recognizes your effort. You find yourself wondering, what did I do wrong? What can I do to get noticed again? But there is a truth that is often difficult to accept: the more you try to be liked, the more you lose value in the eyes of others. However, there is a change in perspective that can turn the situation around and reveal to you who truly deserves a place in your life. Are you ready to see things in a new light? Read on, because what you discover could transform the way you experience your relationships. Before you start, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel Holistic Strategy and leave your precious like. This way you will help to always create new content. Now relax, make yourself comfortable, and let's get started. Why do people stop valuing you? Suddenly, someone who admired or respected you seems distant. They no longer respond enthusiastically, they no longer appreciate your efforts, and you begin to feel that your presence has lost value. But why does this happen? The answer lies in a psychological principle known as hedonic adaptation. People get used to beautiful things to the point where they stop seeing them as extraordinary. Think about when you buy a new phone or an object you've wanted for a long time. At first it's incredible, then it becomes normal. The same thing happens in relationships. If you're always present and available, the other person gets used to it and stops appreciating you. But there is another even more delicate aspect: the more you give, the less you are valued. When someone receives everything without effort, they begin to take what they have for granted. If you always take the first step, if you put others first without expecting anything in return, the message you send is that your time and attention have no value. And here an imbalance arises: those who receive without effort feel in control, while those who give too much become insecure, with the fear of losing the other. And this fear leads to behaviors that, paradoxically, further reduce our value in the eyes of others. But how can we get out of this spiral? The secret: taking a step back. The solution is not to chase those who ignore us, but to change the dynamics. People stop valuing you when they understand that your presence is guaranteed, regardless of how they treat you. And without realizing it, when we perceive a distancing, we react by giving even more attention, more availability, more effort to please. But this behavior has the opposite effect: the more you chase someone, the less that person considers you. So how do you turn the tables? The answer is surprisingly simple: take a step back. It seems counterintuitive, because our instinct is to do more to regain the other person's attention. But we have seen that the harder we try, the more we appear to be obvious. Taking a step back does not mean ignoring or manipulating, but recognizing your own value and stopping offering it to those who do not appreciate it. If someone doesn't reach out to you, you don't always have to be the one to fill the void. If he doesn't listen to you, repeating yourself over and over won't change anything. If he doesn't respect you, continuing to bend over backwards won't change him. In fact, by doing so you unknowingly confirm that he can treat you however he wants, without consequences. Here's the crux: your absence is worth 1,000 words. When you stop giving everything and getting nothing in return, the other person is suddenly faced with a void. And that void is a powerful catalyst. It forces them to stop and think. Why does it work? The law of scarcity. Psychology teaches us that humans automatically value what they perceive as rare and difficult to obtain. Think of luxury items, limited editions, exclusive opportunities. They are desirable precisely because they are not accessible to everyone. The same principle applies to relationships. If you are always available and respond immediately to every request, you become predictable. And the predictable becomes ordinary. But when you stop offering your attention unconditionally and start investing in yourself, something changes. The dynamic reverses. Your absence creates a void, and that void is more powerful than any request or explanation. And then one of two things happens. 1. If your value was real to the other person, he or she will step up to get you back. 2. If they don't, you've just gotten a clear answer. That person didn't really value you and didn't deserve your energy. In both cases, you have regained control of the situation and yourself. And the best part? It's not about manipulation, but about respecting your value. Invest in you, not those who ignore you. When we feel taken for granted, we seek external confirmation, forgetting that our value does not depend on others. The solution is not to chase after those who do not value us, but to use that time to invest in ourselves. Cultivate your passions. Surround yourself with people who appreciate you. Build your personal growth. When you become the best version of yourself, you no longer need to prove anything to anyone. And do you know what the effect is? Those who have neglected you, if they really cared about you, will begin to notice your evolution. They will see that you are not dependent on their recognition and that your life is moving forward beautifully. And it is precisely this independence that makes the other person understand what and how much they have lost. And at that point, the choice will be yours alone: give them another chance or move on without looking back. Regardless of what you choose, you will have one. In conclusion, if you have ever felt taken for granted, try taking a step back and see what happens. You may find that the person who ignored you will come back to you, or that your life is better without that person. Either way, you will have found your value again. What about you? Have you ever had a similar experience? Tell me about it in the comments. Your experience could be of great help to many other people. If you found this video helpful, please turn on notifications for the Holistic Strategy channel for more content on personal and spiritual growth. And if you think this message can help someone you know, please share it so they can benefit. Thanks for following me on this journey. See you in the next video.